Yo guys, it's iPhone season already apparently. I haven't even gotten the chance to review the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 11 Pro, but today on Twitter, you guys have probably seen this image by now. It's a pretty shocking first look at what could be, and I want a big emphasis on could be, the iPhone 11s or 11s Pro, basically the new iPhone for 2020 that's going to be the radical redesign that so many people have already rumored. So I'm going to tell you guys about this and all the latest rumors for the 2020 iPhones. If you're excited for that, drop a like down below. Seriously helps me out. And of course, hit subscribe so you stay up to date on the latest Apple news. All right, so first some context, right? The most important part of any leak. Who is this from? This is from Benjamin Geskin over on Twitter, who shared a lot back in 2017 about the iPhone 10 that turned out to be authentic, shared some stuff about the new iPhones in 2018 and 2019, but I would say overall this person is hit or miss. So I actually reached out to another leaker, the person who got the iPhone 11 design 9 months before anybody knew for sure what it was going to look like, and OnLeaks said essentially that he thinks that this could be an attention grab because he doesn't believe that anybody has the 2020 iPhone details just yet. So based off of this information alone, I wouldn't have made a video because essentially I'd be saying, well, this is just fake. But I don't think that this design is completely defunct for a couple of reasons. Number one, you can see that there's some heavy iPad Pro influence here because a new report from well-respected and oft-accurate Apple analyst Min-Chi Kuo came out very recently and said that the 2020 iPhone will have a metal band going around it, very similar to the iPhone 4, which instantly brings images in my mind of the 2018 iPad Pro design. So based off of this visualization, we do get a look at what that could look like. And I have to say I'm a big fan. It's nice to go away from like the traditional rounded, smooth edges on the iPhones and go for something a bit more domineering, a bit more in your face. It's a new design language that I was a huge fan of on the iPad Pro and that I would love to see come to the iPhone in 2020. The second reason I don't think that this is completely inaccurate is because, well, Ben Geskin's not the only one saying that he has a source that says the notch is going to go away. Min-Chi Kuo has suggested this. Another source or two over in the East, where Apple sends plans and flies people out to talk about new iPhone plans every year, they've said that either the notch is going to A, get smaller in 2020, or B, go away entirely. And if Apple is in a spot where they seriously want to wow us, I think removing the notch entirely would be the way to go. It'd be like, yes, they were sort of behind for 2 or 3 years, but then they jumped out and had these ultra-thin bezels all the way around the device and were able to put authentication of some form in this phone with little to no bezels going around the device. I mean, to me, this is the dream design for the iPhone. This is where I've always seen it going, and maybe next year is when we actually get to this point. The one part of this that I cannot believe is where the Face ID system is placed. Now, Bloomberg has suggested that as early as 2020 on a flagship iPhone from Apple, that there could be a dual authentication phone, meaning it has not only Face ID, but the return of Touch ID, and Bloomberg has a very good track record. Very rarely do they get anything wrong, so I have a lot of confidence in the fact that this could be real, that we could be seeing Touch ID in the 2020 iPhone as well. I just don't believe that there's any way at this point, at least, based off what Apple's shown us, or even what they're working on, that the Face ID sensor could be shrunken down that small. We're talking about a bezel a few millimeters thick here. It might be possible. I'm just highly skeptical because I feel like if they've not been able to shrink down the notch from where it's at now, I don't know if they could go from Face ID being this big to Face ID being like millimeters big. That seems a bit unrealistic to me, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. That's the one part of this that I'm highly skeptical of, and I would say don't put too much faith in, or really any faith in, the fact that Face ID is going to be able to get this small. It just doesn't seem physically possible. Now, also on Twitter, Geskin suggested that this new phone would be measuring in at about 6.7 inches, and that might not be far from the truth. Min-Chi Kuo has said the same thing, that Apple's going to be releasing 2 new iPhone sizes. While the 6.1-inch iPhone will be staying diagonally the same size in 2020, there's going to be a new 5.4-inch smaller screen-sized iPhone, but also a bigger from 6.5 to 6.7-inch iPhone. So again, that part of the tweet I don't think is unrealistic. We're also hearing that this new iPhone could have a crazy like 3D camera sensing system on the back for enhancements for not only photography and like focal measurement, but also with augmented reality. And the number one thing I'm most excited to see, a ProMotion display. Apple's working on a variable refresh rate, 60 or up to 120 hertz screen that would make this phone look incredible. The 120 hertz is what the iPad Pros have. It's where it's buttery smooth, essentially twice as good or smooth looking as the iPhone screens we're used to. That is also in the works. You guys can tell it's going to be a big upgrade next year. And I'm ready for the ride. 2019 iPhone's pretty cool. Got mine right here. But, I'm already looking forward to 2020. The rumors are getting insane. I never thought, less than a week after the iPhone came out, we'd be talking about 2020. But here we are. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, hit subscribe for more. I'm going to keep you guys updated throughout the next year. So hit subscribe so you stay updated. That's all I've got for you in this video. I've been Sam. I'll catch all of you in my next one.